We're here. Now tell me what this is all about.
As I told you on Carrick Station, Tenebray's last gruesome weapon. He sought immortality, but only his endless spite survives now. I was his most powerful servant once. His wrath. But I learned of his true nature and plotted his downfall for centuries. Ultimately, I saw what had to be done, and betrayed my empire in order to destroy its creator. That is how I came to fight alongside Kira.
We fought the Emperor's servants constantly for years. We even thought we'd beaten him alongside my master. Then Yavin 4 happened. And Valkorion.
I received guidance from an old ally. Instead of seeking out our enemy in his current shell, you, as it turns out. We sought a different target. Tenebray hid his original body where no one could harm it. As long as that body remained in stasis, the galaxy's greatest evil could never truly be killed.
Unless we destroyed Tenebray, the fight against Valkorion would never really be over.
Since Valkorion is gone, I assume you succeeded.
We did. As we later learned, we destroyed his first body just as you purged the last vestige of his twisted spirit from your mind. That is when his final weapon was unleashed. A Sith ritual, carved into his very flesh, unleashed an ancient plague from every molecule of his decaying corpse.
We were both knocked out cold, comatose for more than a year. Satil Shan was the one who finally pulled us out of that nightmare, and started a new one.
Like you, Kira and I have both been vessels for a portion of Tenebray's power. It acted as a sort of vaccine. But Satil had no such protection, nor did any of her followers. Within days, they were all laid low, trapped in a nightmarish slumber. In helping us, they are knowingly doomed themselves.
This ritual, what can you tell me about it?
Nothing. We lost consciousness even as we felt it taking shape. The infection is worsening. There is a darkness growing among the afflicted.
We can feel their minds connecting, communicating. We're afraid they might be merging somehow.
Merging into what? Another Valkorion? Is this plague bringing him back somehow?
It's too early to make that conclusion. Whatever it is immensely dangerous. We must stop it.
How?
We loaded Satil and all of her followers onto a transport to keep them quarantined, along with a few med droids to tend to them. The transport is programmed to fly a random course through unsettled sectors of the Outer Rim, all weeks away from civilization. I can send a signal to alter the course, bring it to another empty system that's closer so that we can meet it in a shuttle.
We board the ship and connect our minds with yours through the Force. Together, we will face this entity and purge it from existence. And if we cannot purge it, then we destroy the transport and hope we've ended the old monster's schemes forever.
Send the signal. If what you say is true, this thing could be getting stronger by the minute.
I'll send the signal right away. It'll take a while for the transport to come back into range. Mind if we stay here in the meantime? I'm no crasher. If you need any help while we're waiting, all you have to do is ask.
If it's a matter of fighting in your renewed war, leave me out. I have slain enough of my old comrades for 5 lifetimes.
Old softy.
Child.
I have a good feeling about this. Call if you need me.
Looks like your guests from Task Force Nova are finally here, and they picked up a stray. Patching you through now.
Master Jedi.
General Daerun, is everything all right?
I apologize for the delay in our arrival. We happened across pirates attacking a refugee ship from the Mid-Rim. Shameful.
Fortunately, we intervened in time. Tao is still chasing down the pirates, but the refugees are in dire need of medical supplies and other essentials.
Our ships will touch down momentarily. See you shortly.
This is well within our triage capacity, General. We'll have them all treated and ready to travel immediately.
Wonderful. Thank you, Captain.
Such carnage. We tend to focus so much on the Sith that we forget the galaxy is full of other dangers.
Which pirates were responsible for the attack?
We believe they were dire skulls, but we'll learn more once Tao captures them.
There are quite a few supplies to distribute. Perhaps we could lend a hand before we get to our other purpose here.
Of course. Let's do whatever we can.
I can't think of a more worthy start for Task Force Nova. Shall we? Our victory on Corellia still has the Empire reeling. Our forces have made significant gains in the Atravis, Bormia, and Anoat sectors. Morale is higher than ever. Our task force will be staged for success right from the beginning.
That's great to hear. What's our first step?
We still have a few logistical matters to settle before we can begin in earnest. Aside from the occasional pirate, supply and communication lines between Odessan and Republic Command appear to be secure. We have a full deployment of troops ready to station on Odessan, along with patrol ships and transports. They'll be at your command for task force objectives.
Word of the victory on Corellia has spread, and a number of Jedi in hiding have returned to the fold. Even still, our numbers are perilously thin. But there are a number of Jedi still on Tython, serving largely in archival and research capacities. Many of them have not seen combat in more than a decade. But they are still Jedi, and it is the duty of all Jedi to defend the Republic.
If the Jedi on Tython are still contributing to our order, then we shouldn't force them into another role they're not suited to fulfill.
No, you're right. We shouldn't fix something that isn't broken.
I believe that covers our most pressing issues.
Any word on Darth Malgus? I haven't heard anything since Corellia.
None, which is very strange. He should have returned to the front lines by now, even if his wounds were severe. I only hope we can determine his next move before he strikes again.
Aaron? Aaron, what's wrong?
It's him. Malgus.
Malgus? What do you mean? What about him?
He's almost here. I can sense him. He's coming to Dantooine.
Then let's be ready.
We've waited too long as it is. Something is wrong. I'm sure of it.
Smashing up the place isn't gonna solve anything. We'll find the ship. It's gonna be all right.
I take it there's no sign of the transport with Satil and her followers.
Nothing. It isn't responding to our signals. And we've already checked the next scheduled stop. No sign.
Which leaves just about 200 or 300 systems to search.
There must be another way!
Have you always been this emotional?
All we can do is start searching from the ship's last known coordinates, which, for us, could take forever. So we get an expert. We'll send T7 out with an escort and all the probe droids we can find. They'll cover more ground and sort through sensor readings faster than we ever could. T7 works as astromech magic, crunches the probe data to pick up a trail, and we find our missing ship in a matter of days or weeks, instead of years.
I can't think of anyone better for the job.
That's everything settled then. As soon as we get coordinates, you'll be the first to know. Don't worry, your furniture's safe. It'll calm down in a bit.
You don't demand anything, Jakaya. Certainly not from her.
If you're risking your life out there, I'll demand what the clan requires.
What's going on?
It seems I'm a child in need of a parent.
You're Mandalore, the Avenger. You have responsibilities to all of us.
So you often tell me.
Who's this?
Jakaya Ordo. One of my best. He managed to avoid my notice for too long, but now I've put him to work. Though I'm having second thoughts.
I would gladly go back to being an unknown, Great Mandalore. I prefer the talk of warriors to the endless jabbering of politics.
The curse of being skilled at both, you old rancor.
So you're the one. Not sure if I should call you Commander.
Friend is fine, if it's all the same to you.
Friend it is. Bersha in Mandoa. The fact is, I wanted to meet you. I only know your reputation. I don't know you. It's my job to take a hard look at anyone this close to Mandalore. I envy a Jedi's power. My best weapons could never match what sits just under your skin. I will never understand your mysticism, but I respect what it can do.
For a balance to be restored, a Jedi must use what tools are available to their advantage. Shay understands this. I hope you do as well.
I've seen enough war to know wisdom when I hear it.
So what happens now?
I've seen your face, looked into your eyes. That's what I wanted.
Satisfied?
For now.
Good. I'm sure you have more important things to do.
Some clan grumbling to track down. More than the usual complaints. Ras and I will check into it. Jakaya out.
Ras?
His brother. They're a family of Mandalorians. Lost a sister a few years back.
Something wrong?
That's the first time he's mentioned a clan issue. He oversees a lot of the day-to-day details without a word.
If it troubles you, take action.
I did. Jakaya is better at rooting out these sort of problems. He kept an assassin's knife out of my gut more than once. You're a leader. How would you deal with unrest in the ranks?
If a group has a problem, it's usually for a reason. Maybe they see something you don't.
We have more in common than I thought. Mandalorians must be allowed to speak out, to think for themselves, to be effective. Jakaya demands order, everything working together as a whole. I understand, and it keeps it all running, but I don't work that way. Well, looks like I've got reports to review on escort missions we've been overseeing. Jakaya snuck them into the transmission. Sneaky Jakar.
I'll leave you to it.
Did you learn anything from the clans?
Nothing I haven't mentioned before. A lot of heated words. Some are saying Mandalorians are just glorified couriers.
Still unable to see past their next fight. All tactics and no strategy.
However restless you are in the position, Mandalore, you sound like a leader.
I sound angry. My blaster is still a better negotiator than I will ever be. What about the escort runs?
Silence. But only a fool would believe they haven't heard something.
What happened?
Some of the cargo ships we were looking after ran into trouble. Mostly scouts sniffing around. But one exchanged fire. We've been looking into it.
Jakaya?
Master Jedi, we meet again. I've been keeping an eye on you.
And?
Mandalore was right to stand by your side.
I do what I can.
Modesty.
Tell me more about these cargo runs. Who would attack Mandalorian ships?
That's the real question. They're well equipped and they know our methods.
What can I do?
Your offer is appreciated. but we have things in hand.
Any theories?
A few. It's not bandits. It's not even a cartel looking to make a mark. This feels different. Like they're testing our defenses. I know you object, Mandalore, but we must look closer to home.
I don't object. I just want to be sure. Would some of the clans really go that far?
I'm not ruling it out. Like I said, there were some heated words.
Like Shay said, we need to know more before we jump to conclusions.
I understand. But something is making my trigger finger itch. We should have clamped down harder on the clans when we had the chance. The wound has festered.
No, Mandalorians aren't droids. We're best when we don't have some restraining bolt on our neck, even if it costs us.
Agreed. You go too far and you risk losing control.
And sometimes, too much freedom leads to chaos and destruction.
Enough. We gave our word to protect those shipments, and we will.
Understood, Mandalore. I'll see if I can draw the enemy out. Can't fight what we can't see. If I'm lucky, I'll make them mad enough to come out and play. Jakaya out.
I'd prefer a fight to all this sneaking about.
Keep me posted.
Count on it.
T7! You found the ship with Satil Shan and her students?
Finally. Great work.
We need those coordinates now. There isn't a moment to spare.
Fall back! We have the coordinates. Leave it to us.
We need to get there now. The servants have found their master.
The servants? I can't believe there are any of them left.
The servants?
They're the Sith Emperor's worst fanatics. They don't even have names, just Servant 1, Servant 2, and so on.
Each time we think we've killed the last of them, more always appear.
We have to get moving. If the servants are involved, this is even worse than we thought.
I'll call in everyone we have. Task Force Nova, Daerun, and Nostoral. The whole Republic fleet if we need to.
No. If Tenebrae has truly cheated death yet again, anyone we take with us is another potential puppet for him to dominate.
We can't risk taking anyone else. They won't be able to resist the Emperor's control like we can. I'll get a shuttle prepped. Meet me as soon as you're ready. One way or another, this ends today.
I realize this is something you must do without me, but I couldn't let you go without at least wishing you luck. The way this is unfolding, I'm completely disheartened. I never dreamed we'd face Valkorion again, and now you must do so without my help. I hope you know that if I could, I would be by your side for this.
I always appreciate your concern, but I hate making you worry. This will be over soon. I promise.
I don't doubt it. Just stay safe.
Good, you're still here. I was hoping to catch you before you took off.
What is it, Theron?
I hope there's room for one more on that shuttle, because I'm going with you.
That's not a good idea. You could get infected like Satil and her students, or worse.
I know it's risky, but Satil is in trouble. I have to help. Whatever the Emperor's doing, I can resist it. I was on Ziost. He didn't control me then. Sure as hell won't let him affect me now.
Commander.
We need to speak with you. Before you go...
Whatever you need to say. I'm listening.
We're coming with you. We helped you defeat Valkorion before, and we won't abandon you now. Whatever this weapon is that he's unleashed, I'm sure it won't have any power over Arkan and I.
This is just as much our responsibility as it is yours. If there's the slightest chance Valkorion could return, we must do what we can to stop him.
Sorry to interrupt your send-off, but we need to get going.
We will accompany you.
I'm going too.
That is really not a good idea.
Kira is correct. Too many are already infected by Tenebrae's weapon. Bringing you is too great a risk.
That's not your call to make. The only orders I'm following are the commander's.
All right then. What do you think?
I wasn't expecting anyone to offer to come with us. Especially since we don't truly know what we're up against. We're going to need all the support we can get. Thank you.
If that is your decision.
It is.
Then let us proceed as carefully as possible. This changes the entire plan.
I wish you all good luck, and I'll keep our forces here on high alert. Should you need us, just say the word.
We appreciate the support, Lana. Thank you.
Whatever you need.
Enough talk. Let us depart before we lose the droid.
We're here, scanning the transport. Power fluctuations, system failures. Looks like the engines are out of commission. There's a ship parked in the hangar bay, but I can't tell if it's T7's shuttle or the servants.
There's our answer.
We'll have to go in through one of the airlocks, but we can't connect while they're shooting at us.
Leave them to us.
Locked on and sealed. We're ready to go in.
Master Satil will be all right. We won't let her down.
Thank you. For the record, this ship was not creepy when we left.
Now it's the compressor.
Impossible! I checked it not 5 minutes ago!
Check it again!
What's going on down there? We must leave immediately.
Doesn't make sense. Every time we repair one system, another fails.
That must be T7's handiwork. Wonder where he's hiding. Let's find a way to take these guys down quietly once their boss disconnects. No sense.
You will not escape. This ship will be your tomb.
You were saying?
Come on!
Feel the power of the Sith.
Are you all right?
I will be. Soon.
It's good to see you too, little guy. Great work stalling them till we could get here. So these guys aren't our only problem then. Who else would even know about this?
It doesn't matter. Anyone who stands against us will die. Must die.
They may have come for the same reason we did. We shouldn't assume they're enemies.
Agreed. Containment should be our first priority anyway. Alright, I'll take T7 and make sure the engines and hyperdrive are permanently shut down. Weapons and shields too, just in case.
We must still ensure that no one who has boarded this ship can leave. We cannot risk this corruption spreading.
We should check all the escape pods, then launch them before anyone can use them.
That mystery shuttle in the hangar too. T7 can take our shuttle out once we've finished sabotaging everything.
Agreed. Stay in contact.
Feel the power of the Sith.
This ship is huge.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes. Is there a question?
Why such a huge ship?
It doesn't matter. We need to stay focused. You survive.
spot 2 more servants. They must have packed them in tight on those shuttles.
You survived. That's the last of them. Tenebrae's dogs won't escape us now.
You truly hate them, don't you?
They are beyond contempt. They betrayed their empire, betrayed the entire galaxy to absolutely no purpose. To be a Sith is to break your own chains, to choose your own path, and overcome all that stands in your way. These wretches wear the name servant with pride. They happily enslave themselves to a madman. That the Sith ever tolerated them is repugnant. That we still contend with their delusions after all these years.
You've been in this fight for a long time. But it's almost over now. I promise.
Let's make our way to the hangar. We need to find out who else seeks to wear the former Emperor's chains. We left only a few droids to guard the ship. To cause this much damage, someone else must have been fighting the servants.
These scorch marks are from lightsabers.
Yes. Servants use them. But who was here to fight them?
That's an Eternal Empire shuttle. From Zakul.
Old servants and new, vying for scraps from their once great master. Pathetic.
How could any of the Zakul Knights know about this?
Perhaps they were closer to their master than we knew. I sense no one on board.
Shield generators are toast. We're taking the weapons offline now.
We've launched all of the escape pods and cleared the hangar. There may be Zakulans on board.
Just what we needed. We'll keep our eyes open.
Time to take the bridge.
I'm ready.
Still clear out here. Once you've got the ship disabled, we'll come back you up.
How could you afford a ship this size?
We didn't. Kira stole it.
Hey, don't drag me into this. I wanted to take the Corvette. Faster, more maneuverable, about 10 less decks to clean.
I need my space. Life ends. The Force is strong in you. Too strong for the restrictions the Jedi impose.
Engines are history. This thing won't be moving another centimeter. Unless an even bigger ship comes along to tow it, of course.
Enough!
Sorry, you're right. There is no ship big enough to tow a scrap pile this size.
Enough!
These corpses...
Scions of Zakul. Their leader told me they would return when it was their time to die.
They must have taken the ship off course in the first place, but were they trying to hide from us? Or the servants? Are they allies or enemies?
The Scions follow their prophecies above all. There's no way to know whose side they're on.
Then we approach with caution, assuming any of them are still alive.
So many lives lost. It must end, here and now.
Revan.
The end is closer than ever before, but the threat is as dire as we could have imagined. The ritual inscribed on Tenebray's body, the plague that was unleashed, is feeding on its victims' minds. Tenebray is being remade. I can feel it. You must intervene before it's too late.
You must be the ally Scourge mentioned. You guided him to Tenebray's body.
We hoped that destroying it would finally end him. But destroying his body wasn't enough. His essence itself must be obliterated.
That is our plan. Kira will lead us in meditation. We will join our minds with Satil's and end his blight on the galaxy. Forever.
Then go, quickly. I will aid you as best I can.
Kira, the bridge has been secured.
We're all clear too. Meet you at the med bay.
Does Kira know you've been working with Revan?
I did not mention the specifics. Kira fought his followers on Yavin. I wasn't sure she would trust him. Come, the end is in sight.
Heskel's prophecy. At last, we are here.
You will not stop this! You cannot stop this!
You will never win! Valkorian's last vestige will be saved from your corruption!
You were puppets! Fools! We were his true followers. Only we knew the true shape of his power, of his plan.
The Sith were a means to an end. That's all.
Lies! Lies! Only we understood the truth of his power, of his grandest designs. He is master of the Force, master of us all. To stand against such power is to be destroyed.
My father manipulated you just as he manipulated us. Deception was his greatest power.
We thought we were a family, that we knew him. We were wrong.
Please, let this madness end.
The end will come only when it serves him.
If destruction is what you crave, you shall have it.
I am the weapon of his will. None can stand against his power.
More deaths to lay at my father's feet.
Master Satil, she's still alive. But Trad and Syl are dead, and the rest aren't far from it. So much darkness. We have to hurry.
Form a circle, quickly!
I'll keep you covered from here, just in case any stragglers are hiding out.
Theron?
She's my mother. I'm glad I can help, but I don't think I want to see the inside of her mind.
We're going to join our minds with Satil's to help her fight. Focus your minds on her. Watch her breathing and try to match it. Close your eyes. Let my voice guide you. Listen. Follow my voice. The Force unites us all. Through the Force, all things are one. Follow my voice. Follow. I can't sense the others. I'm not sure if they made it in.
Unexpected guests. Fascinating. Who are you?
Whatever game this is, you won't fool us.
Ah, of course. Who else could you be? I've heard so much about you.
There, good as new.
Impressive.
Most impressive.
What the?
My wayward child. You of all people should know better than to challenge my strength.
Also, I've gathered from this Jedi's memories. Your minds are resilient, to say the least. Adapting so quickly. Resisting so ably.
This isn't the first time we've faced each other. You don't remember?
This Jedi remembers, though she clearly lacks details.
You aren't who you pretend to be.
I am, and I am not.
That's your original body, isn't it? You're not Valkorian or Vitiate. You're Tenebrae.
As shrewd as I've been led to believe.
The ritual carved into him isn't a plague. It's an imprint. An echo of who he was back then.
It has taken longer than I'd hoped to recompose myself.
But time has never been in short supply. Not for me.
To be honest, I've quite enjoyed the process. The memories this Jedi and her followers have of me, of us. Quite amusing.
You won't hurt her. Or anyone else, ever again.
So confident. You clearly don't know me as well as you think. The version of me that you knew became too complacent, too distracted by mortal concerns, empires, wars, even a family. I have seen where that path led. I'm not so easily distracted now. I will succeed where he failed. And thanks to you, I have a choice of interesting bodies to carry me to victory.
You're fine.
you see how pointless it all is.
I control this place. All that happens, every motion occurs by my design.
And you are no different.
You cannot succeed, only die alone.
In the fight against you, no one is alone. He divided us. He knows that together, we are stronger than he can ever hope to be.
I'd be honored to fight by your side.
Together, we will end him. We'll find Sutil and the others at the center of all this. Come on!
You believed you had won, that your achievements outweighed your losses, that your sacrifices meant something. Anything.
After all that I have done, all that I have enslaved, all that I have destroyed, you should have known.
You do not know the true face of power, but you will. Very soon. You will. called Yo.
I control all that happens here.
I am immortal, infinite, endless.
Everything ends, even you.
I believe you tried to destroy me once before. You failed.
I saved you then. I will not save you now.
Fools!
He thinks you will be lost here forever, but you have always known the way to destroy him. Together, we will find his doom. Satil is stronger than this. Duplicate believes. She is not the easy prey he assumes. He gleans the facts of his other lives from the memories and impressions of Satil and her students. But he has only the knowledge of those events. This Tenebrae possesses none of the wisdom earned by experiencing them.
Do you know how long ago this impression of Tenebrae was made?
I can only theorize, but it must have been long before our time. Likely before even Revan's time. Do not share in his arrogance. He is more vulnerable than he would have us believe. But he is still the most dangerous being in the galaxy. If we fail to destroy him here and now, there may never be another opportunity. He is a relic of an era long past. Destroy him. Break the chains he uses to ensnare us all. Free the galaxy from his manipulations. Avenge me. Avenge us all!
At last, I understand.
So desperate for love. For approval. For self-determination.
Each more powerful than the last. And also easily manipulated. You must have been endlessly entertaining.
Ignore him. We're together.
Brother. Sister. We know. Brother.
We know what? That he's just as deluded and self-absorbed as our parents. You couldn't let me be free. You were so afraid to let me be what I am, you killed me. I wouldn't even be here if she hadn't dragged me along.
I'm sorry, Valen. We should have found another way.
Another way to what? Cage me like they did? What exactly did you hope to do with me?
It's what you want that matters. What you would have chosen if I hadn't taken away your choices forever. If I had found another way.
Valen, please.
Please? Please what, Mother? Please stop reminding you of the truth. Does it hurt? Because it pales next to what you did to me.
Please listen to me, Valen. I don't deserve your forgiveness, but you deserve to hear this. I was wrong. He took you and I said nothing. He caged you And I stood by. He robbed you of the woman you were destined to be, but I let it happen. Others blame you for so much, but the fault is mine. How much pain and suffering might not have happened if I had just fought harder for you. I could have done more. I should have done more.
I'm sure you did your best, Senya.
You would say that. Birds of a feather and all. Can we focus? There's someone else here who needs to die.
Foolish child. You could never hope to.
You presume limits to my power. There are none.
You must reach the center. Go!
What could you possibly be thinking?
You must realize by now that everything you do here is meaningless. The Jedi's mind can no longer resist me. It crumbles by the second.
When she is obliterated, only I will remain.
Watch, fight, flee, bring as many friends as you like. Nothing can stop me now.
You're wrong. I can stop you.
Ugh, foolish child.
Look at them. Your Jedi and her weak-minded students. Barely clinging to life, to sanity.
They will fall. And once again, I will rise.
No. Your power is your weakness. It blinds you.
Jedi nonsense.
Precisely. My students and I, who are we to resist your power? You knew you could dominate us all. That you could tear a path through our minds, absorbing our essence, strengthening yourself, crashing through all our defenses one by one. In time, your victory was inevitable. In time, you would claw your way here, into the very core of my being. Into the heart of my trap.
Trap. Look around you.
Yes, look around me. Look at my students, each of them shaken to their core by the death and chaos that you helped create. Eager for help, guidance, strength. Had you focused on any one of them, you might have succeeded. But your ego wouldn't allow it. Why settle for one student when you could assault them all? And why limit yourself to the students when their master was close at hand? I never needed to beat you. I only had to let you think you were invincible. Until now. Until every person who knows your weakness firsthand could come to face you. Until the one person who proved you could be defeated came here to destroy you, once and for all.
I will not be defeated by a mere Jedi.
You think your power is infinite. Only the Force is infinite. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Enough! You will all learn the true depths of my power.
Comprehension.
We face their full might.
You won't hurt anyone ever again!
The galaxy will be mine! true power. Witness true power. You think you know me?
You will suffer.
We can do this!
I cannot be denied.
I am immortal.
everything you've done.
Everyone you've betrayed.
Everyone you've manipulated.
Everyone you've murdered.
The Force seeks balance. Always.
No. No!
The Force is mine! I command it!
I am endless!
No. In the end, you are nothing.
Welcome back.
What is this?
A victory party. The best I could do on short notice. We destroyed him. Utterly and forever. The Sith Emperor will never rise again.
I'm sure I've heard that before.
Perhaps. But I think you know truth when you hear it.
Where is everyone else?
My son is helping Kira and Scourge. They're taking my surviving students to our old training grounds on Coruscant. Arkan and Senya have left for Odessen. Perhaps now they will finally know true peace. The rest, Darth Mar, Mitra Surik, Revan, I believe they are one with the Force at last.
Wait. How much time has passed?
That's not important. You have given my son the home he always needed. He spent so many years searching for the belonging that I couldn't give him. He finally has it. Thank you.
You should spend more time with Theron. He needs you in his life.
I would like that more than anything. Today, we defeated the most evil and destructive being in history. It has been centuries since the galaxy knew a day without Tenebrai's dark influence. Today is the first step toward a new future. Let's make that future a better one.
Ah, you're awake. Shouldn't need this then. Had an eventful day, have we?
I've had worse. What's next on the agenda?
Honestly, nothing. We may have to start some trouble of our own. Kira and Scourge had me pick you up from the hangar. Apparently they were the first to wake from the ritual. You were unconscious for more than an hour. What happened?
Master Satele wanted to talk.
Just catching up, or...?
Something like that.
You'll have to tell me all about it. But first, what heading should I set?
You pick. As long as it's relaxing.
Aaron Lanier. I understand you have quite a story to tell.